Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Another week of Smartphone Theater. So thank you guys very much for coming back. Excited to see our house, another good house. So thank you. We're also live streaming tonight on Facebook. So this is awesome. So thank you guys so much for being here. We have a big act one for you tonight, so I'm not going to do much of an introduction. So we have Mo Irvin, who's playing Des Bates and Scott Joplin, Dae Young, who is Arlis Dodge and Elizabeth Rivera, and Jonathan Arkin, who is Tom Bader and John Stark. The time is the present. Our primary scene is a very tiny one-room New York apartment. There's a daybed, a john, shelves, crammed with stuff, including a CD player, TV, microwave, and a small fridge, and an Alexa on the wall. Plus, there's an African art plaque depicting a triangle of 3 black masks. Act 1, Des in a spotlight at the piano. Atop the piano, there is a small framed photo of Joplin.
Evening, folks. I'm Des. It's a nice crowd for a cold, rainy night. It's good to be back. Just got off the tour grind, and I'm here to tell you 10 weeks on a bus bunk eating junk foods, no good for your sleep or your inhibitions. Same for the junk you used to get through it all. But I'm back. Cleaned up my act, even my garage. Oh, yeah. Dried up paint cans, the 3-legged chairs, the 4-track tapes, all gone, and I'm not stopping there. See, tonight, we're kicking out all the clutter of the past century. Back to a time with no iPods, no YouTube, no Instagram, no smartphones, no any kind of phone. See, that was the whole country 100 years ago. The only way your music could get hot was sheet music. And that's what this next tune did. And my great-great-granddaddy wrote it. So let's kickstart the night with Scott Joplin's Maple Leaf Rag.
Hello. Hi. Oh, no, I can't. I know it's the pledge drive, but it just isn't possible. What about Barbara? She's dying to get more airtime. Bob, listen, of all nights, this is the one night I have to say no. I'm very sorry. Okay, bye. Yes.
It's Tom.
Buzzing you up.
Hey.
Mwah. Oh.
Rose, very imaginative.
But lovely.
Nice.
But tiny. And there's this, the small John, and the tour's over. That's kind of why I hadn't invited you before.
Nice view. I could pee on Central Park.
Have a martini first.
Ooh. No vermouth?
In the olives. They've been marinating since yesterday.
Ooh. How did you find this place?
Oh, you wouldn't believe this. I actually stayed at this hotel in this very room 5 years ago. It was just before they rehabbed the place. And for some wacky building code reason, they rented out this wing as individual apartments. And when rent control got thrown in, I grabbed a long-term lease.
I've always said you public radio people are devious.
We survive.
More than I can say. I closed the store today.
No.
Put a sign on the door, Bader's Books, bye-bye.
Oh, there was nothing you could do?
What I should have done was bail a year ago. But when your soul is in the place, you ignore the red ink till it's too late.
How long was it there?
Since 46, right after the war, when my dad opened it, just a hole in the wall. Never got much bigger, but the book signings we had, oh, Cheever, Mailer, Updike, Buckley used to shop there all the time.
I hear some even came for the books.
Meaning?
Well, the rumors.
The drug hub? None of that happened on my watch.
I'm sure. Sorry. What happens now?
Amazon will take my inventory, 10 cents on the dollar.
Oh, sons of bitches.
Law of the jungle.
I don't care. They're hideous. Never happy until they've grounded every last little guy into the dirt. What the hell kind of country are we becoming?
I'm just glad my parents weren't around to see it.
Oh, I wish I could have met them.
They'd have loved you. In fact, they have a gift.
Oh!
Mom said, if you ever find someone special, let her know she's special.
Our Oriental heritage, Will Durant. From the Story of Civilization?
Volume 1. It's signed by Will and Ariel both. So are the other 10 volumes. I'll bring them later.
This is so sweet.
Although I don't know where the hell you're going to store them.
Well, there's another apartment at the end of the hall, even smaller than this, if you can believe it, and I rent it as a storeroom.
So where's the swimming pool?
That would be the bathtub.
Shall we try it?
First, lasagna.
Ooh, my fave, you remembered.
And the news is not all bad. You remember the response we got when you guessed it on the station?
It seemed to go well.
So well, I found an angel who will underwrite a half-hour book show.
Are you serious?
Once a week. We could call it Bader on Books.
Who's the angel?
Anonymous insists on that.
Amazing.
Not really. You weren't just a bookseller. You were an advisor. You had the book club. Customers took your recommendations all the time. And they miss you.
All 12 of them.
No, there were thousands out there. This could work. And I wanted to make this a cause celeb. The little guy fighting back. Show the greedy big box bastards for what they really are.
Ooh, looks delicious.
Mm.
Oh, lasagna. Oh, lasagna. Remember Alan Sherman? Those great parodies he sang?
I don't remember that one.
I think it was him. Oh, lasagna. Oh, lasagna. Either wear a bib or get some on ya.
Oh, shit. I'm out of Parmesan. There's a deli downstairs.
Do not fret it. I'll go get it.
Hey, Scott, it's Joplin.
It's open.
Let me in.
I said it's open.
All right.
Jesus, Jopsy, hell can't get this hot, and there you are in a coat and tie.
Now you got to fool the weather into thinking it's cool.
Could have fooled me.
Not much does.
Wouldn't say that, not in these modern times. It says here in the Sedalia Democrat, an Italian has sent a radio signal across the Atlantic.
A what?
Electrical signals through the air, from Cornwall, England to St. John's, Newfoundland. Like
Huh.
that.
No wires?
No wires.
How they do that?
By meddling with the forces of nature. Don't like the sound of it, I'll tell you that much.
Huh? What signal did he send?
Says here the letter S.
That's it?
Seems like a lot of trouble to go through if that's all you're going to send.
By the time he gets a whole sentence, I'll get a mailed a letter.
You think that's crazy? Says here a colored man has been invited to the White House.
Yeah?
A guest of honor, it says.
Ooh.
Booker T. Washington. He's a founder of the
Tuskegee Institute.
What the hell is that?
It's a school for coloreds in Alabama.
Alabama. If I was going to start a school for coloreds, the last place I'd pick is Alabama. That's crazier than a radio signal.
Maybe someday they could actually send music like that.
Through the air?
It does sound crazy.
And who's gonna buy sheet music then?
I don't know.
I don't know either. And you can kiss your royalties goodbye.
Speaking of which.
Oh, and I thought you came by for the gay repartee.
Anything come in?
Maple leaf rag. Damn thing's turning into an annuity.
Well, the Lord provides.
And also New York, Boston, Philadelphia. Hell, you got half of Paris cakewalking to that damn rag.
No, then I suspect it ain't hurting your published business any.
Can't say that it is. When am I going to publish something else of yours?
When you start paying me more than a penny a copy?
These are hard times, my friend. Printing costs up, paper costs up, and all the crooks I got to deal with, very hard times.
That why you got that diamond stick pin and those gold cufflinks?
A man has to look successful, even when he ain't. Hell, look at you. You ain't exactly shuffling around barefoot.
Let me see that paper. A guest of honor. That's pretty good.
See what old Bill Tillman says?
Who?
That senator from South Carolina. Keep reading.
This will necessitate us killing 1,000 niggers in the South before they learn their place again. Hand me those scissors.
Hey, Tillman said it, not me. What are you going to do?
Make that cracker choke, give him to me. I'm gonna cut this out. Gonna paste it right above the keys. I'm gonna stare at it every damn day till it's done.
Till what's done? Till job say you forgot your check.
Well, you know me, the cowardly investor. If it gets any more aggressive than the utilities, I get nervous. Waiter. Well, you know, I'd like to think about it for a while. Sorry, I've got to run. Can we talk next week? Okay, thanks. Bye. Mwah.
Well, been thinking about you all week.
Ditto.
Now, what have you been thinking?
You first.
I'm thinking we're in scary time.
You're 2 for 2.
So I'll start with a confession.
You're married.
No.
There's someone else?
Yes, and there shouldn't be.
What does that mean?
She's married.
And what does that mean?
It can't go on.
Even though you wanted to?
No, I wouldn't be bringing this up if you weren't somebody special. It's because you are. Full disclosure is definitely called for.
So disclose.
Her name is Claire. It started innocently enough. She wanted some advice on books, and it just went from there. We've both known it was a disaster waiting to happen if we didn't end it. So we've ended it.
And when did this happen?
On the phone about 10 minutes ago.
You're sure it's over?
As sure as I'm sitting here.
Well, you don't see me leaving.
Good. But I am. I need to move out of Manhattan.
Is that bad? From your place in Park Slope?
Oh no, I moved out of there a month ago.
Where have you been living?
The store.
Oh, Tom.
It's a shoebox, but at least it's a triple E.
Well, where would you go?
I don't know. Upstate, Jersey, I'll find something.
No. With your background, there's got to be some work in Manhattan.
And live where?
My place.
It's a charming little spot, but...
I'm good at charming.
I have all kinds of crap I have to get out of storage.
Well, don't forget my storage space down the hall.
I need a den,
The hotel's got a lovely reading room on the 4th floor.
my own den.
Nobody knows about it. It's like your own private library.
Arlis, living with you is not the problem. It's living off you.
Just till you find something.
Yeah, I could run a forklift at the Amazon warehouse. Moved more books in 10 minutes than I did all last year.
We're grown-ups, aren't we? Can't we work something out?
That Bader on books thing, is that worth anything?
A stipend. It'll cover the groceries.
I've always liked groceries.
How much time do you have left at the store?
3 weeks.
Make it 3 weeks at my place.
If you could stand me that long.
Mr. Joplin.
Mrs. Rivera.
Beth. Thank you for coming. Care for some tea? Lemonade? Tansy makes the very best lemonade.
Yeah, but I see there's water here. That'll be fine.
Very well. Please sit.
Nice dolls. Is that your handiwork?
The help. I have a whole collection.
You have a plantation too?
Just my garden. Have you always lived in Sedalia?
When I'm not someplace else.
I find it combines the excitement of the frontier with refinement of civilized society, personified in you.
Me?
Ever since I opened this establishment, I've hired lots of pianists. Piano thumpers, you might say, but none with your keyboard technique. It's very formal. You come from a musical family?
My father played some violin. My brothers and sisters too.
In Sedalia?
No, we're from Texarkana.
Have you had formal training?
A German teacher schooled me in music theory.
Yes, I can hear it. Your melodies have a certain dignity, an almost Mozartian style to them. Are they your compositions?
Some Mississippi mud mixed in.
Whatever it is, it's been good for business. I imagine you're busy too.
When I'm here.
How often is that?
Not much. I worked at river towns mostly.
Kansas City?
KC, Omaha, Chicago, Cleveland, Pittsburgh.
You have family?
Just a wife, Belle.
Well, Bill might like it if you could stick around Sedalia.
She's the reason I leave.
I see. Well, the constancy of home life is good for the liver. Perhaps I could convince you to stay anyway.
For what?
As my permanent piano man. I could offer you a comfortable living.
Now, if it was my aim to be a cat house piano man.
What is your aim?
To compose.
You already compose.
I mean opera.
Like Puccini and Verdi. That's very ambitious.
But you don't think a colored man can write opera?
I didn't say that.
But that's what you're thinking.
And you're thinking you have all the obstacles in today's society? Well, try being a widow or an abandoned woman. You're like a bird with a broken wing.
When's the last time you got caught drinking in the wrong fountain? Or peeing in the wrong privy? When's the last time you had to step in the gutter to make way for some drunken white boys?
I understand your anger. So use it to overcome your station, as I have, through my art.
Whoring.
Companionship, the finest furnishings, the loveliest ladies, the most elegant music. How else you think I get these senators and judges in here?
They like a bounce on the bed springs as much as anybody. And anybody can play my music.
But not with your sensibility. It draws them like moths to the flame. much as would your opera.
How long is this arrangement supposed to last?
Or however long it takes you to write your opera. When do you propose to stage it?
But that's the tricky part, finding the stage.
Oh, perhaps I could help.
You'd put it up?
I would certainly look into it.
Lemonade, you said?
Anything with it?
Well, what do you suggest?
Tansy, you may be excused for the day. Looks like you started your own landfill.
Mostly crap I can get rid of on eBay.
Yuck.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about that.
It's Mark Twain's kit bag. It smells like it.
My great aunt Phoebe left me that. Never met her. She died 3 years ago.
You've never opened it? Oh my.
It's you.
This is silk.
Mm.
Oh, it's musty too. Needs a cleaning. Oh, Rhett, sweep me up your arms. Take me up the grand staircase and ravage me.
Frankly, my dear, I don't need a hernia. Hey, looky here, Scarlett. Rag dolls. Hattie McDaniel and Butterfly McQueen.
Oh, may I? I had rag dolls like this when I was little, but not with this workmanship.
They're yours now.
Oh,
Hello. It's Aunt Phoebe.
she's wearing this dress. And so is this lady. Who's she?
Doesn't say. Oh, yes, it does. Elizabeth, whoever that is.
Well, this gown's been around. How old is that photo?
Hard to say. But there are no cars in the background, just horse and carriage.
Well, she could be your grandmother, great-grandmother.
Before that, this looks like 19th century.
Oh, here's a letter to Elizabeth Rivera, 129 Harper Street, St. Louis, Missouri. Ring a bell?
Nope.
Oh, it's a Dear Jane letter. July 10th, 1904. My dear Elizabeth, I'm sorry to be away so long. I'm writing to tell you that I have recently married. Your kindness will never be forgotten. Love, S. Well, thanks for writing. Oh, sheet music.
Of what?
It's handwritten. It's hard to make out. Guessed of something or other.
Who knows? File it somewhere.
My, must be the missus done cut you off.
You should know all about that. Is the Grand Madame in residence?
She's a little bit pricey for you, don't you think?
I'll take that up with her.
Yeah.
What you working on?
Not working. Just waiting for the next tune to fly by so I can pluck it out of the air and cage it.
If you would be so kind as to pluck the Grand Madame out of whatever she's doing, I would appreciate it.
Now, I ain't a butler, but I'll see to it.
Why, Mr. Stark, what is the occasion?
Well, indeed, a pleasure. Haven't had the pleasure till now.
Well, should I bring in the girls?
No rush, no rush. Thought we might have a little chat.
About the weather, no doubt.
About that drawl of yours. Can't locate it.
Oh, well, I grew up in New Orleans.
Wouldn't have thought New Orleans. You look like you've got some Mex in you.
Well, my granddaddy was a fisherman out of Veracruz. Got caught up in a big storm that blew him clear up the Gulf to Jefferson Parish. Once he got a taste of that Creole lifestyle, he never left.
Why'd you leave?
Well, this interest.
Knowing the merchandise adds to the pleasure of using it.
I am flattered, but I am no longer personally in the trade.
Not what I hear. I hear Jopsy tickles more than your ivories.
Small town rumors, Mr. Stock.
If they were to creep into this small town's newspaper, it could cause some consternation in the Joplin house and cost you a piano player.
So what is it you really want?
I like to keep up with what Jopsy's working on.
You could ask him.
No point. Jopsy keeps his cards close to the vest.
You published Maple Leaf Rag. Would think you two got along.
Oh, we get along fine, but business is business.
You want me to be your snoop?
Let's call it liaison.
What have I got, Doc?
Before the rash, any sores?
My mouth, inside my cheek.
And elsewhere?
Downstairs. Thought I had the pox, but it went away.
How long ago?
A month. What?
Married?
Pardon.
What can you tell me about your lifestyle?
Traveling.
Seeing lots of ladies?
So what is it, Doc?
I believe you're in stage 2 syphilis.
Stage 2.
You've already had stage 1. That was the sores.
This rash is driving me near crazy.
I could give you some mercury ointment. It'll help some, but you start getting some headaches, quit using it.
Am I ever gonna get over this?
In time, it'll go dormant.
For how long?
Could be quite a while, 10, 20 years. Then comes stage 3.
How bad is that?
You better hope there's a cure by then.
Tom, you read music?
Nope.
No, me neither. But I can one finger poke.
Not bad. What is that?
From that sheet music. I just can't help but think I've heard it before. Wait.
What the hell is that?
That is Scott fucking Joplin
What?
from this Des Bates CD, Ragtime Riches. I mean, he calls himself Joplin's great-great-grandson.
That sheet music. What's the title again?
A guest of something. I don't.
Google it. Google it.
Okay. A Guest of Honor was the first opera created by celebrated ragtime composer Scott Joplin.
Oh my God.
Performed only once, this opera was lost and has never been recovered. Nobody in your family ever talked about this?
Who knew? This is unbelievable.
Looks like some of your blue blood is black.
Except it says here that his only child died in infancy.
His only legitimate child.
Hmm.
I mean, you could be his other great-great-grandson.
Forget that. Who can we get to verify this score?
Sloan's, an auction house. I know somebody there.
Can he be trusted?
She, Audrey, an old friend.
God, this could set me free.
Arlis Dodge for Audrey Mills, please. Thank you. Set you free?
From my creditors. What did you think I meant?
Oh, hi. Listen, I have something you need to look at. An opera score. A Guest of Honor by Scott Joplin. Well, apparently it's been found again. I could bring it by. Okay, I'll do that. Thanks.
So, okay, what did she say?
She wants me to scan a few pages and send them over, but not to get our hopes too high.
What could something like this bring at auction?
It's scary to think about. The key is going to be the provenance.
The opera score isn't enough?
Not for something this big. I mean, it's got little notes scratched all over it. It's similar to that Dear Jane letter.
Yeah, if we could verify the letter, how do we do that?
What about Des Bates? I've met him. He guested on the station last spring.
He could be a connection if he's got something with Joplin's handwriting.
Well, I'll introduce you.
I don't want to meet him. I don't want to meet with him.
Why not?
He's not going to be thrilled some white guy is claiming kinship.
He will be if you show him the opera.
Why would I do that? He'll want to
don't know.
cut.
Well, you don't know that.
I would if I was him.
There will be plenty to go around.
No way. This is my life raft.
More like a yacht.
Well, I'm in no mood to share.
Then look beyond your nose. If this opera score is authentic, it's going to make all the papers. He's going to find out about it whether you mention it or not.
It'll be too late to do anything about it.
Not if he has family papers that give him some kind of legal claim.
What could he have?
No idea. But if he's got anything, you could be in court for years.
Shit.
Look, if you are upfront with him.
Okay. Let's meet with him, but not to talk about the opera. I want to size him up first.
That sounds a wee bit devious.
It's good business.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't include me.
I need you. You're the connection. Where are you going?
There's a scanner in the office.
Ron, Tom Bader. Yeah. How's that damn serve of yours I can't return? Yeah, maybe next week. Listen, I have a quick question. There's someone I've become very close to. I'm a little torn asking this, but is there such a thing as a non-marriage prenup? I see. Yeah, but don't do anything now. I'll let you know. All right. Thanks.
Hey, stop.
Well, goddamn. Been a while.
Yeah, I've been working the river, man. Still looking to publish something else of mine?
That's what's in the envelope? Pretty heavy. A guest of honor. What the hell is this?
An opera.
A whole goddamn opera. People wailing at each other for 2-3 hours? What's it about?
Politics.
Operas are supposed to be about sex and greed and revenge.
That's what I said. Politics.
Whose?
Teddy Roosevelt.
This about that colored man coming to the White House?
Yep.
It's a White House, Jopsy. You don't get that. Huh? You don't get that? Write about some happy pickaninnies or freeing the slaves.
I would choke writing that massa shit. It's time for us to get off the plantation.
And into the presidential dining room? Jesus Christ, do you think white folks back east is going to line up to see that?
Opera is story. And story is what stirs people's juices.
What gets them to part with their money is toe tappers.
That's what this opera is. A whole bunch of them strung together.
In ragtime. Bible pounders back east will be calling it the road to moral decay.
They're my best salesmen.
Well, I ain't. You want to shove their face in it? Go ahead. Just don't expect me to publish it.
What are you scared of?
Scared of you getting lynched and me getting firebombed. You think there's no Klan in town?
I think you're scared. You like it so much you pay me what it's worth.
Ain't worth a race riot. And you don't want to be dead with all those tunes left in your head.
See, mules got more sense than you. Publish it my damn self.
Publishing's a fool's business, Jopsy.
Yeah, it must be why you got into it.
Nice to meet you, Tom Bader.
Back at you. What's up?
What did Arlis tell you?
Nothing, except you're the beta of Beta's books.
Ever been there?
The little cubby hole on 28th, yeah. Still there?
Closed up a week ago.
Oh, sorry, man. You know, you hung in there longer than most.
Don't know how. Publishers bullying us to push the blockbusters, let the little books struggle for themselves, and everybody consolidating. You're either the whale or you're in the whale. So for a little indie like us.
Yeah, you do what you got to do. I know a little bit about how you did it.
Oh?
Yeah, from my daddy. Called your place the drop shop.
Dropping what?
Acid, coke, hash, horse, whatever high society was getting high on. Your daddy never told you about that?
I was just a kid when he died.
Yeah, well, your place was the distribution hub. The skinny little aisles and high stacks. Lots of slides to slide envelopes into.
This was before my time. I had no part in that. Now look, I'm a big Joplin fan. You're his great-great-grandson, right?
Right.
Would you have family correspondence with his handwriting?
What's this about?
Elizabeth Rivera. Does that name ring a bell? I just discovered this in my great aunt Phoebe's effects. If that handwriting matches what you've got, that would definitely help confirm it.
Confirm what?
That I'm his other great-great-grandson.
You play for the Globetrotters too?
I'm saying he slept around.
And you came all the way up to Harlem to tell me that.
I've just come into some family papers that could be in his handwriting. If they match up with anything you might have.
Okay, let's just back up a sec, okay? That letter's signed S. How do we get from there to Scott Joplin?
You must have his handwriting in your stuff.
That is a huge fucking leap.
What's the harm in checking it out?
Where's Arlis in all this?
Why?
Well, she sent you to me.
We were hoping to speed things up.
But she couldn't come?
She's at work.
Okay, so you wouldn't mind if I talked to her about this?
Look, if you haven't got anything, just say so.
I'm not saying that.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you and me just met. Okay, I'm saying I know Arlis and she ain't here and everything's in a rush.
Look, nobody's trying to take advantage. Is there anything wrong with a man trying to protect his own interests?
Nothing at all. Have a nice day.
Look, there is something else.
What?
An opera.
An opera, which you somehow forgot to mention. Tremonisha?
The other one.
A guest of honor? That was lost.
It's been found.
Right.
You don't believe me.
I believe you're getting scammed.
No, I have it.
So where is it?
In a safe place. Now, I know he had it produced once in Springfield, Illinois in 1903. After that, I don't know what happened to it.
Somebody boosted the box office receipts. You couldn't pay the house, the musicians, the cast. The whole production crashed and the opera score took a walk.
It must have walked over to Elizabeth Rivera's.
When do I see it?
When I see an original piece of paper with Elizabeth Rivera's name on it in his handwriting. Jopsy! Hey, Jopsy, welcome to St. Louis. How was the ride?
Oh, well, it was bouncy. I was in the back where everybody's colored, even white folks.
How's that?
That's where all the soot goes.
That's a good one. Where's Belle?
You come by next week. She hates trains.
Sounds like we got a week to raise hell then, and you couldn't have picked a better time.
How'd you know I was coming?
Hell, everybody's coming to the Louis Purchase Exposition. Goddamnest expo you ever gonna see. They put a lagoon in the center of St. Louis with fancy Greek-type palaces all around, plus hoochie-coochie, camel rides, elephant rides, belly dancing, and every whore west of Boston's got work.
Well, then what are we waiting here for?
I got a rig coming. Take you over to Tom Turpin's.
Yeah, I heard he's pretty big.
Runs gambling joints, dance halls, sporting houses. He's even a deputy constable. And he's got the Rosebud, the best saloon on the Mississippi. All the big boys play there. Think you're up to it?
Who am I up against?
Well, Turpin, for one. His belly's so big he has to play standing up, but those fat fingers fly. And there's Joe Jordan, he's good. And Louis Chauvin, you might want to work with him. And you'll probably see some young pups trying to knock you off, like U.B. Blake, Jelly Roll Morton.
Yeah, the young ones played rag too fast. You can't hear the syncopation if you slam through it.
You ain't afraid of some competition, are you?
Doesn't pay the rent.
What will?
Won't be easy. Got to find a publisher I can trust.
What's that supposed to mean?
Means what I said before. How'd you know I was coming?
Belle must have told me.
I never told Belle till yesterday.
Hell, what difference does it make?
Doesn't. Unless it was Beth told you.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
If it was Beth, what else she been telling you?
Why all these damn questions?
Just want to know who I can trust.
Hey, hon? Anything from the auction house yet?
They're calling in another expert to look at it.
By the way, what about DNA?
No, I called a lab. They said 4 generations is too far back to confirm anything.
Auction house talk any money at all?
I hope you're not obsessing about that.
Me? Not a chance. That's why the pee is running down my leg.
I mean, we're okay, aren't we?
I don't want us to be just okay.
I don't mean the money.
Oh, speak of the devil. It's Sloane's. Hello? Hi, Audrey. What wrinkle? How did he know to call you? Well, can't your legal people deal with this? Me? What am I supposed to do? Oh, we'll get back to you. See, I told you this would happen.
What?
Fucking Dez. Why is he snooping around? I told him I had the opera.
What does he want?
Claims he has rights.
Well, what did Sloane's tell him?
They didn't tell him anything, but they don't want to get in the middle of any lawsuit either. God damn it.
Calm down.
I knew I should never have met with him.
Tom, step outside the box. Don't fight him. Use him.
Hello?
Somebody is going to bring the music back to life. Who better than the great-great-grandson of the composer? The PR will be fantastic.
Yeah, for him.
For both of you. Why can't you see that?
What I see is some guy trying to leech off of my luck.
Tom, he is your luck. I think he could boost the hammer price a lot more than it would cost to involve him.
Through your rose-colored PBS eyes, maybe. You remind me of those ladies who would come in asking for historical fiction, but were looking for romping sex.
Oh. It's Des. Why is he calling me?
Maybe he's looking for historical fiction.
Nice place.
Been in St. Louis 3 months. Wondered when you'd come calling.
Had my troubles.
I was very sorry to hear about your child.
Yeah, some things just it's not meant to be.
How are you keeping yourself busy?
Teaching.
Well, you can work here anytime. You know that, don't you? But that's not why you're here, is it? No need to be expansive. What's in the folder?
A guest of honor.
Are you putting it up finally?
Well, that's what you said you would do.
But then you left Sedalia without telling me.
Because of what you were telling Stark without telling me.
I didn't want to pry, but he was blackmailing me.
How could he?
He knew about you and me, and he was going to make sure that your wife did too. So your move here is permanent?
As permanent as I get.
Move in here. Treat you like royalty.
Like a house man, a pet.
Well, I am sorry to sully your dignity.
So where does that put you with the opera?
If you want my help putting it up, you have to convince me it's worth hearing.
Here's a taste.
Has a peaceful quality to it. I like that. Doesn't seem to fit the title, though.
What would you call it?
Solace. That's what it sounds like to me. What do you think of that?
Think you should write your own opera.
It has a tenderness, too. Like it was written for a child. A missing child.
There'll be no more children for me.
Well, don't be too hasty.
Oh, damn. You got one in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
How you know it's mine?
I used your batter.
Don't like you going behind my back.
I believe it was the other way around.
Why'd you let this happen?
Clock's ticking. I want to put down roots.
Why in my yard?
I'm not asking you to marry.
You've been planning this all along?
My plan is to have a child with music in its blood. A child I can have trained in the arts.
What, am I supposed to be the trainer?
You give lessons now. Why not to your own seed?
I already had one child die. I don't need another.
No child's gonna die if I'm around.
Raise a child in a cat house?
I'll be selling it in a few years. I'll be a lady of leisure, a patron of the arts.
You'll back the opera?
If you settle down,
I need to be myself.
but not by yourself. You can't get by without a woman looking after you.
Can't ride with a woman looking over me.
Where are you going to find a woman who will put up with you as I have?
On the Missouri, the Ohio, the Mississippi.
River girls. They give you the pox.
They don't give me back talk.
You're afraid to be a father.
Not afraid. I just like it to be my idea.
Then I hope you've got an idea how to put up your opera.
Put it up my damn self. And you can pass that on to John Stark.
Such an ear the good Lord gave you. Too bad he kept the brain.
He's here.
Hello, Des. Coffee?
Okay. Don't have too many dance contests in here, do you?
Makes the guided tours much quicker.
And who do we have here?
Part of the inheritance. Ragdolls. Aren't they amazing? The weaving is brilliant.
Very nice.
Especially from that culture. To do that with just their hands.
And what culture is that?
Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know. And, Where'd these masks come from?
A Senegal. Saw it at an African art place in Soho.
Hmm.
You know what that is, don't you?
Looks like the triangle.
What triangle?
Tell him, Arlis.
Well, from the slave trade, and not just in the South. My great-great-grandfather, a hellfire and brimstone New England preacher, was a slave trader.
Get out of here.
Bought them in Africa, shipped them to the West Indies where they cut the cane, refined it into molasses, then up to Providence, distill it into rum, sell it in England so he could sail down to Africa and buy more slaves.
Today he'd be running Walmart.
The irony of it is that he got filthy rich, only to raise a bunch of abolitionists who spent most of their inheritances funding anti-slavery causes.
Anything trickle down to you?
As you can see. More coffee?
No, good.
You know, I've got a favorite Joplin song, and I just can't think of the name of it. But it was a sad song.
He wrote a lot of sad songs. He was a sad guy.
What did he have to be sad about? He was famous in his own lifetime.
And died forgotten.
What was his saddest song?
I'd say Bethina.
Yes. That's the one I was thinking about.
Yeah, he wrote it to honor his second wife, Freddie Alexander.
And who's Bethina?
Bethina was the name she insisted that he and nobody else could call her by. She was 19 when they married. 10 weeks later, she was dead of pneumonia.
Wow, that's so sad. Must have been hard to keep going.
I think that's what drove him. When he started writing, the only black music white folks would pay to see was minstrels and whorehouse piano. Joplin leapfrogged all that shit with real compositions, melody, counter melody, sophisticated chord structure, syncopation, you know, stuff the big boys copy.
Like who?
Debussy, Satie, Stravinsky, Irving Berlin.
He knew Berlin?
They shared the same office building on West 38th, seminary music, along with a bunch of other songwriters. You know, they all tried stuff out on each other. Joplin was fooling around with a ditty called A Real Slow Drag. Next time he heard it, it was Alexander's Ragtime Band.
Berlin stole it?
Joplin thought so.
You do anything about it?
He cried.
Now I really want to hear that song. Alexa, play Scott Joplin's Bethina.
Alexa, stop.
What?
Look, there's an elephant in the room we're not talking about.
Not much to talk about until we know that the opera is the real deal.
And once we settle that, we have to agree on who owns it. Me.
Look, nobody really owns it.
Well, yeah, I registered it with ASCAP.
How could you register Scott Joplin's music with ASCAP?
We don't know it's his yet. I'm just protecting myself.
You didn't tell them Joplin wrote it?
It was never copyrighted, never published. Officially, the opera doesn't even exist.
Okay, what if the auction house says it's the real deal?
Then I would change the ASCAP registration.
And give full credit to Joplin?
But I would still own it. It was left to me.
You turned up with it, you mean?
What's the difference?
Well, what if the Rivera lady stole it from him?
What if he gave it to her? What if it jumped into her satchel on its own? What the hell difference does it make now?
Look, listen, it just seems that she didn't leave it to you, right? She didn't leave it to nobody. She just had it squirreled away when she died.
So by law, it got passed on to her next of kin, right on down the line. So now it's my turn.
The Scott Joplin Foundation is where it should go.
Then let a rich collector buy it and donate it.
If a collector gets a hold of it, it'll disappear again. That is, you know, if you actually got it.
We got it.
With his handwriting on it?
Here. Spread it out on the table and let's compare. All right?
What does anybody think?
I think it's a match.
And I have possession, which is 99% of the law.
Now I have possession.
You are not taking that.
Elizabeth Rivera took it. I'm taking it back.
I have a text from Audrey.
You're not getting out of the room with it.
I could put it out on 58th Street.
You do, and you're going with it.
Do you want to know what it could be worth?
$20 million?
So go ahead, toss it.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks. That is Act 1. It's 6 o'clock right now. We actually have, we're going to go, we'll go a couple extra minutes. If anybody has any questions or anything. And I see that we already have a hand raised, so I'm going to go right to Stu Berg. If I could have the cast return. So if everybody would turn their videos back on. Fantastic. All right, guys. I'm applauding for everybody in the house. So thank you. It was awesome. Amazing. All right, Stu, you just have to unmute yourself and you're good to go. Stu Berg.
I've got a lot of compliments to hand out. First of all, the cast, you guys were absolutely good. You brought off the two characters that you were playing differently. I think that the idea of changing wardrobe was excellent, but of course, even the changes in the dialogue, Todd, and you amaze me every week with the stuff you do.
Oh.
And David Field, what an interesting script. And that's Act 1. I can't wait to see Act 2. Anyway, I won't hog all the time, but geez, congratulations to all of you, really.
Thanks, Stu.
Thanks, Stu.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go to Stu Zully really quick, but there's a question. Oh, actually, it's a Stuart Zully question. So, Stuart, I don't see you raising your hand, so I'm just going to ask. You say this. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, thank you for raising your hand. So you have to unmute yourself. You're on. Go for it.
You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, great job all the way around. Actors, director, playwright. Can you hear that? I'm applauding. It was really cool. Next week's my anniversary, and I can't see the second act. I'm so upset. But anyway, I just thought you guys did a great job figuring out the Zoom thing and passing the stuff through the computer. It's magical, and you guys, as Stu Berg said, great adjustments for those characters. I'm watching it. I know we're watching a play, but I see a miniseries, HBO, Amazon, Netflix. They all need scripts, And
Fantastic.
cast you first. Mo, you're Scott Joplin. Get the other guys out of the way. You're the man. But anyway, I really thought it was great and so informative. And my question was, how much of this is true, or is Dave Field twisting the truth? What's the deal?
Some of it is true, but a lot of it is fictional. Elizabeth Rivera is fictional. John Stark is real. The facts about the play are all documented. I just spun with the facts that I could find to make a story out of it.
Right. And is the opera still unknown? Has anybody seen it or
Nope.
heard? Nope.
Nope.
Wow.
I have it.
Yeah.
Got it somewhere. Great
Yeah.
job, everybody, really.
Hey, Zully, if I may be so bold, I think watching Act 2 would be a wonderful way to celebrate your anniversary.
Let me get my wife in here and you can talk to her.
Tell them you're archiving it, Todd.
Yeah, no, I'll see it.
Always.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so we are recording it, and it's actually still streaming right now on Facebook. So it's Facebook Live, so we'll do all that stuff. Gina says, beautiful job, everybody. So happy to see you guys. And I have to tell everybody that I really had such a great week working with this cast. It really was I love every week. And I think there's probably for directors a different love affair that you have every time you go into a new reading or new project, but it was a lot of fun. And we have a second week. So I'm really looking forward to jumping into our act 2. It's been great. All right, we're at 6:05. I usually keep everybody at 6 o'clock. So we stick to an hour. So if there are no other questions, I hope everybody comes back next week. And Act 1 will be posted up on our YouTube page, plus on our Smartphone Theater page, smartphonetheater.com. There's our plug. So everybody will be able to catch up on what we did today. And if you have any friends who want to come next week and they need to catch up on Act 1, please make sure to direct them to where we are. So,
Hey, Todd.
yeah.
Sorry, Todd. Question.
Shoot.
I'm hearing this a lot. There's an Act 2.
Don't worry, you're not in it. No.
Oh.
No.
You killed me off, Dave.
Yes, I killed you.
Guys, don't go far. Don't go far. Nobody go far. All right. Okay, so if there are no more questions, then everybody, I was told that Smartphone Theater has become a great Friday night date night. So thank you guys to the audience for keep returning. And don't forget our tip jar, and I'll see you next week. All of us will see you next week. Okay?
Bye.
All right, you guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks again.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.